You know, when you get DEI hires or you hire people for reasons other than being really good at something, you get stupid. You do, particularly when they are running things like it's okay to hire somebody in a DEI position that isn't going to impact others. But when you hire somebody to be the commissioner of a sports league, you might have a problem. And Kathy Engelbert is the commissioner of the WNBA. And Kathy Engelbert, really, up until this year, nobody knew, nobody cared. Well, let me ask you. Why do we care now? Oh, wait a second. Let me look. Oh, that's Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has all of a sudden burst on the scene at the WNBA, which means we are now paying attention to the, say it with me, WNBA. I'm looking at it right here. We're paying attention. We are. We have to. Well, that put a nondescript woman named Kathy Engelbert in the spotlight. Why? Well, because she is the commissioner. Nobody ever cared about Kathy Engelbert, ever, except for her husband or whoever she's married to. I don't know. I'll have to look. She was a business executive. Let's look at all this. She was with Deloitte and Touche for 33 years, becoming the first female CEO from 2015 to 2019. Good for her. God bless her. Well, I'm guessing that's what parlayed her into her new career as the head of the WNBA. And she is doing what every idiot in the WNBA is doing, which is not be smart enough to understand a golden goose who once again sold it out in the desert. Well, anyway, let's hear from Kathy Engelbert about whether or not Caitlin Clark is being targeted.
Let's talk about Caitlin Clark. Yeah. We had a chance to meet her. Mm-hmm. She's lovely. Yeah. Do you feel like, I mean, there's been a lot of reports that people have been after her, other players. Yeah. Do you feel like she's been treated unfairly?
I think our fans are adjusting. The fans we've had for a long time know how we have the best, biggest, most physical, best players in the world.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What people don't realize, in college, there's over 200 NCAA Division I women's college programs. Mm-hmm. There's 12 WNBA teams. Yeah. So you take the talent and it's centralized with the best, the biggest, the most physical, and really the best players in the world.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think there's always adjustment for all rookies. I think our rookie class this year is doing outstanding, including Caitlin. She was the Rookie of the Month for May.
Is it just because there's a spotlight on her that everyone's saying, oh, look what happened there? Is it happening with other players too?
Yes, and I think it is. There is a spotlight. And no league is ever about one player. Yeah. You see players, there's injuries, there's other things that happen.
Yeah, okay, great. But let me ask you a bigger question. Why do women always interrupt? Like, this isn't it. Oh, yeah. And the woman Engelbert did it too. Why do they do that? That's like that Nate Burleson. Or that's like Clark Kellogg. Clark Kellogg has never said an interesting thing in the history of his time broadcasting. Yeah. Why do they do that? You ask a question, you shut the living hell up, and you allow the answer. That's simple. Look, I get it. You're the commissioner of the league. I get it. You say the little white girl is kicking everybody's ass and is the most interesting player. And I get it. You, Kathy Engelbert, is not a lesbian. I mean, she's not. She's got 2 kids and she's married. All right, but here's the deal. She knows if she doesn't do that, she's going to piss off all the African-American girls who have spearheaded this league. Yeah, okay. And the lesbians. So you can't do that. But nobody can tell the truth in this world. Nobody can just simply say, hey, look, here's the deal, man. These other girls are nice. They're great. They're fantastic. We're the best women basketball players in the world assembled in one league. But let's be honest, our shining star this year has been Caitlin Clark, and she has elevated it. Now, I don't, and you don't, mind Caitlin Clark being bashed around under the boards or going to the rim, somebody hitting. We don't care about that, but it's the cheap shots where we go, wait a second. That's all she has to say. But all these clowns try to outsmart you. They all try to outsmart you. Well, I think that we have the greatest, most physical. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, maybe you do. But here's the problem. If we're really going to be honest, I mean, really honest, my wife brought this up. This isn't physical because they're physical. This is physical because they're awkward. This is physical because Angel Reese can't move her left leg when she runs, so she stumbles around to get in help position. I mean, if we're really going to talk basketball about it, I mean, I know we're not allowed to. I know we must say, yay lesbian, yay women, yay go fight win African-American lesbians, yay rock. I know we're supposed to do that, but let's talk honestly. First off, why does anybody care who you're having sex with? Why does the WNBA make that such a big deal? Second off, if we're going to talk basketball, and I've said this forever, and I don't understand why the WNBA doesn't just embrace it, Caitlin Clark hits shots from the logo. And according to Isaiah Thomas on our show, hitting shots from the logo is what we like. More so than dunks, and he's right. He's 100% right. Watch Sports Center. You're seeing damn. Remember damn? Damn Lillard hasn't won a damn thing. But damn Lillard shoots shots from the logo. Steph Curry, logo. We like Steph Curry. Damn Lillard's a thing for commercials and guys that want to be down, act like they like damn Lillard. But the truth of the matter is, that's what basketball has become, and it just amazes me that none of these people that are influential in the league, like this commissioner, can just say it. They can't just say, we have the most physical, tough, and nobody cared. You've always had the most physical, awkward, falling down on each other, jump ball, 3 for 14 from around the paint league in America. Now you're actually interesting, and we're actually talking about you because a young girl, white, black, green, or purple, gay, straight, or whatever, that gay stuff's all on you because you throw it in our face. Okay. Well, the truth of the matter is you got this girl coming in here that's kicking ass, and none of you have the balls or the JJ to stand up and say, yo, this woman is carrying us. This woman, and you have to say it like that. That's a little strong. I wrote that down, and I thought, that's strong, but I'll try it. And I didn't like it. This woman is giving us something we've never had, a broad audience that actually gives a rat's ass and makes this interesting, but they can't do it. They just can't do it. They could if they were honest, but, boy, you don't want to offend the LGTB, ABCD, XYZ community. Boy, if you do that, then you got a real problem. Oh, my God. That's all this is. I mean, let's just be honest. That's all this is. They can't hey, look, you think David Stern didn't make damn sure that early in his career, Michael Jordan was known as a great player? See, the NBA did a great job of promoting its stars. Give a damn if some dude on some other team doesn't like it. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird were the men. Hey, Kareem, you don't like it? Go sit in your house, be sullen, and read the Torah or the Quran. Cares? Do your thing. Moses, you don't like it? I can't help you. Dr. J, you had your time. It's over. Now it was Bird, Magic, Isaiah, and Michael. Period. Clyde Drexler, you didn't. So what? But the WNBA is not smart enough. They're not. They're too stupid. Now, thank God for us that are out here watching and promoting. Thank God that we're out here saying, hey, look, this woman's a star. She's fun to watch. She's great to people, and everyone around her acts like an idiot except for her. Man, oh man, I watch this stuff, and I say to myself, I don't know how in the hell people like this Engelbert lady ever got to be CEO of anything. She couldn't be CEO of my house. Honest to God. And how these people got, I mean, this is a different subject, but how these people got on the Today Show and they can't shut the living hell up and let the guest speak. Just shut up. You got a guest on there for a reason. Shut up. Let the guest speak. See, the next one is kind of the same. Megan Rapinoe is repugnant. She's repulsive. She's god-awful. I don't know what's going on here with her and Sue Bird, but I anticipate Sue Bird within the year getting the hell out of there. Sue Bird seems intelligent. You can't hang with that bit of nasty. You can't. So she was laughed at. She laughed at and then ignored a reporter's question about biological males competing in women's sports. We're all over this on OutKick, and rightfully so. We should be. Others should be too, but everybody's afraid. Oh, my God, the LGBT, ABCD, XYZ community is going to get mad. By the way, did you see all the nudity during Pride Week? Did you see the bondage, the public displays of sex, the lewd conduct, the brawls at Pride Week? There's no pride in this community. No pride. What are you doing? If you had pride, you wouldn't have dudes with dicks competing against women and wanting to be in their locker room. This is Rapinoe being asked, and here's what Rapinoe had to say.
Your U.S. women's soccer team famously lost to high school boys. Do you really think it's fair for these same boys to be competing in girls' sports? Do you think it's fair? Why should trans people compete against young girls? Do you not think that they're going to get hurt? Are they going to get hurt? I'm a journalist. I just want to know. Megan!
Sign it, scroll on, hold!
So, the big black guy has no jurisdiction, by the way. The big security guard has no jurisdiction over anything. You can put a shirt on and say jurisdiction. Hey, guy, F yourself. That's first and foremost. The big, fat, white, black, green, purple security guard, he got nothing. He touches you, he's going to jail. Just because you put security on and wear a beard and look tough, shut up. Second off, look at Sue Bird. Oh, it's okay, honey. Oh, it's okay. She got to get out of there. Sue Bird, run. You still have a chance. You still have your looks. Run, because I'm just telling you, it's coming. The misery, it's coming, and it's got to already be there. Can you imagine? Megan Rapinoe's in our parade. Really? Where's the parade? It's over there. Okay, I'll go over there. See, nobody wants to stand up. These women don't actually stand up for women's rights. These women actually don't stand up for women's causes. Women like Rapinoe and Sue Bird, they don't stand up for women. They stand up for the cult of LGTB, ABCD, whatever the hell it is. And you saw the cult in action over the weekend with all of the lewd behavior, the bondage, the nudity, walking down the street around kids. You saw what it really is. I mean, look, there are many, many gay people that just act like people, but they are represented by groups that are just awful. And Megan Rapinoe is just awful. And Megan Rapinoe's got to be sad. Megan Rapinoe's got to be really sad. She can never quite get to the level that Caitlin Clark is at a very young age. It's got to piss her off. I guarantee you it does. Sue Bird, I guess she got to some level. I mean, everybody says she had a great career. I got to tell you, I never knew who the hell Sue Bird was, and I follow basketball pretty close. I mean, I knew who she was. I had heard the name because it's an odd name, but I didn't know nothing about her because, frankly, I didn't care. Now we care. And, oh, man, you know this. You know the story. Ask my wife about the angry lesbian. They're pissed off that this little white straight girl, it just pisses them off. So they're not really for women. They never have been. They never will be. They're for their cause. And that's cool. I mean, everybody's got to be for something. I'm for meat. I'm for more bald guys walking around the face of the earth. ESPN, I had a nice conversation with Pat McAfee yesterday. He lives out here. I stopped by, and we had a great conversation yesterday. ESPN is set to depart from Stephen A. Smith. Now, ain't happening. I'll tell you why. Because the next sentence here, ESPN's Burke Magnus envisions the show First Take will be just fine moving forward without it. ESPN offered Smith $18 million annually over 5 years, and Smith wants $25. Well, Burke Magnus is a coward. I mean, Burke Magnus is one of those guys that when you see him, I had dinner with him. I was at a tape, and I'm like, all right, okay. He's not really. He's a front man. He's not really this guy. He's all, oh, my God, did he know the right words to say? Oh, my God, was he buttoned down? Burke says First Take, which is his primary assignment, is a juggernaut. Is it really? I mean, I guess at that time of day, I guess you make some money off of it. I think we're going to get 24 straight months of month over month over month, year over year audience growth. It just doesn't happen in today's world. It happens because he's built this show. I feel as good about our 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. lineup as I've ever felt. No, he doesn't. See, these guys can't ever shoot you straight. They hate their morning radio show. I know a lot of these guys. They can't stand to the point where they just gave in to women and DEI and whatever on that morning radio show. I've listened to it twice, and it's unlistenable. I can't even tell you who's on it, and neither can you. I mean, in every market, the ESPN morning radio show is non-existent, or the affiliates have said, yeah, adios. That's what we did in Indiana, like goodbye. The ESPN affiliate said, no, we don't want whoever these guys are. Anyway, all right, put it back up so I can read it. I'm an old man. First Take would continue, obviously, Magnus said in response to Richard Deitch asking if there was a replacement plan. Should Smith leave? We'd figure that out. The great part about the environment that we live in, there is a wealth of talented people out there who, if given the chance, I think could become superstars very easily on our platform. No, see, ESPN, there's not a chance in hell. Because ESPN would go DEI. They wouldn't go the best. They wouldn't go the most interesting. They would go like Shay Shay. And Shay Shay's dumbass, who can't put string two sentences together, would be out there mumbling, stumbling, and fumbling. No. I got to tell you, if Stephen A. Smith goes, I'll give him this. If Stephen A. Smith goes, the First Take's done. And it's probably done anyway. I mean, they prop it up, and I'm betting my ass it's probably no good. Like, in the spirit of things, it's probably just, but, what are you going to do? You got to say it. The format of First Take, I think, lends to that. It's already an ensemble situation in many ways, so I don't worry about that at all. No, you don't worry about nothing. Look, you got to understand Burke Magnus, Connor Schell, and all these guys. The only thing they worry about is whether or not their stock options are still in play. That is a true story. And they cannot take an article from a Richard Deitch or anybody calling them a racist. That is a fact. Jack. That is all they care about. So whether a show is successful or not really doesn't matter. I mean, you're going to put something on TV, and chances are on ESPN, it'll be bad. I mean, let's think about it. They tried with Bomani Jones and some dude named Pablo Torre, I don't even know. I mean, it'll be bad. The only good one is Kornheiser and Wilbon. And I love when Wilbon tries to act mean. Wilbon's like the nicest guy ever, but he tries to act snarly. Oh, geez, just stop. Anyway, here's to hoping Stephen A. Smith stays and gets his $25 billion. Little bitch. He is. Godspeed, and I'm included, Nike shareholders. It might be time to buy Nike. After the company was down 20% on the stock market as Nike has delved into more socio-political ventures, be it racism or the environment, in an attempt to make the product seemingly available to all, something that it always was, of course. Here it is. Nike stock, fourth quarter revenue down 2%. That's not good. Nike Direct, a.k.a. website, revenue down 8%. Gross margin, I don't know what this means, 110 BPS. They normally do 150. Converse revenue down 18%. No surprise, go woke, go broke. I mean, here's Clay. Clay tells you this all the time. Clay don't mess around. Clay will let you know, go woke, go broke. Nike stock is down $17 today on week sales. Nike is now trading at a lower price today than it was in 2018 when they announced a partnership with Colin Kaepernick. Go woke, go broke. I hope all those people who tweeted me about buying Nike stock after the Kaepernick announcement are having a great morning. Boy, they did too. I mean, Nike stock went up a little bit after Kaepernick, and Clay stood in there and said, hey, wait a second. No, don't do it. Don't buy it. Don't buy into this crap. Don't buy into it. Don't even do it. Nope. Don't do it. Well, people made fun. And when people make fun, you just sit back and you wait. You sit back and you go, okay, yeah, man, Kaepernick, yay, go Cap. And then Kaepernick's documentary came out, failed miserably, because if you are a human being with a brain and you watch this, you went, he's an idiot. I mean, he's trying to be a savior. He's trying to be a martyr. He's trying to be a savant, but he's really an idiot. I mean, he's a shallow-thinking, dull, dim-witted moron who's trying really hard to be something he's not. It usually takes me 5 minutes to figure that out. Watching the Kaepernick documentary, it took me 3, and you did too. We all did. We're like, yo, this is terrible. He's a moron. Hold on. I didn't think he was supposed to be a moron. I thought he was supposed to be smart. So people watched and then thought, let's look at what's happening to our country. It's being ruined. Let's look at the companies that symbolize that ruining of our country. Nike. Why? Because of all their woke crap. Any swinging you-know-what that couldn't tell that the country was going to go down business-wise when all the little wokies got in weren't thinking. If you have somebody running your company who's incapable, but you hired them because of any reason other than them being the best to run the company, that company's going to fail, period. If you promote things that 75% of the country says is crap, like kneeling, it's going to fail. I mean, look, you can get mad, glad, angry, or sad about whether kneeling is right, wrong. It doesn't matter. 75% of the country thinks it's crap. Thinks you shouldn't do it. 25% think you shouldn't do it, but they got to say they think you should do it. I mean, let's just be honest. Travel around, meet people. You'll see that I'm 1,000% right. But anyway, Nike didn't figure that out. Nike wanted to go with, well, nobody's going to call us racist. Well, we're hiring DEI. I remember sitting there at Nike, not at Nike, sitting there. Nike would take coaches on vacations and listening to the executives of Nike talk. And I remember thinking, even though I was only like 35 years old and hadn't wiped my ass, man, these guys are really stupid. Man, they must do something other than, like, run things. Now, Phil Knight spoke. You sat up. He was great. But, I mean, we had dudes in charge of basketball that you'd be like, you can't be serious. And they were powerful guys. They were. They were powerful, really powerful. Hey, a lot of news coming out of the NBA today, and I cannot believe this. I, honest to God, cannot believe this. According to Woj, the Philadelphia 76ers, the absolute dumbest franchise not named the Clippers, have signed Paul George. Paul George has signed on for a 4-year, $212 million contract. Now, I'm going to say that again. 4 years, $212 million. Like, when is Paul George, James Harden, the Morris brothers, when are these guys going away? Like, when are they just going to stop stealing money? Well, this isn't like, let me give you the positive on Paul George. 74-game season. Set career highs, field goal percentage, three-point percentage, free throw percentage, 45% on catch and shoot threes. Yeah. All right. Guy tells me with Oubre, Drummond, and Gordon and others, this is a title team. Uh-huh. Except Paul George has never, ever not crapped the bed. Paul George has never, yes, he did. I'll tell you this. When he was in his first 3 years in Indianapolis, he didn't disrupt the team. He enhanced the team. And then he became Paul George, PG-13. Man, and a dumbass. And people say, well, you're in Indy. You're just mad he left. No. I'm in Indy, and I'm glad he left because you're not winning a damn thing with PG-13. How many times has he crapped the bed in the playoffs? How many times has he missed a game? He's never hit a game-winning shot. I think he finally hit one in a game. In fact, NBA players make fun of him because there was a commercial where he makes a game winner, and NBA players are like, well, that never happens, ever. So to show you what I've been talking about, this goes back, let me see here. What day does this go back? This goes back to 2019. I was co-hosting Mike and Mike on the first day of free agency. And this is your boy on Mike and Mike. Uh-oh, do I not hear it? Hello? I'm not hearing it. What happened there? We didn't get it all? Well, somebody help me out here. I got all kind of producers. Can somebody get in my ear and tell me what's going on? I got like 5 guys sitting there. I'm looking right at you, Nick. What are we doing?
Audio's a little fidgety. We're gonna try and get it back up there.
That's all you need to do right there. How about helping a brother out here? Anyway, I call him a fraud. I call him a bunch of different stuff because he is. Like, nice kid. In fact, Paul George came and sat with me. They had him come in and sit with me during our show, and he was a co-host for a little bit. But the truth of the matter is, Paul George on the basketball court is a mess. He's a big, big, big time mess. Big time mess when it comes to winning. Now, he'll get you some buckets. He'll act like he's above your city. But really, he is the softest dude in the Big Ten. And let me know when it's ready, please. And a complete fraud. My stance on him was too good, Nick. We got to play this. This is unbelievable how good this is from me. But anyway, if we can't, we can't. But long story short, Paul George signed. Tyrese Maxey signs. Tyrese Maxey has agreed to a 5-year, $204 million max contract. Now, let me tell you something else that happened. This is unbelievable. There's a guy who's a general manager, I think he's a president maybe, of the Los Angeles Clippers. His name is Lawrence Frank. I hired Lawrence Frank as one of my managers at Indiana. I hired Lawrence to do this, to come in and coach at my basketball camp. He and a guy who's vice president of the Pistons, George David. They came to my camp, spent a week, stayed in a hotel. I taught them how to pitch pennies. I basically taught Lawrence Frank and this guy, George David, how to exist in the basketball world. Fast forward, Lawrence Frank has done a really good job with his career. He's been the head coach of the Nets. He's been all kind of different stuff, and it's good. I'm proud of him. But apparently I did not teach him well. Apparently, the longer people are away from me, the dumber they become. The closer people are to me, the smarter they become. Lawrence Frank just went out and signed a guy named Kevin Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr., when last seen, was choking his girlfriend. All right? Choking his girlfriend. So, on the first day of free agent signing, this guy, Kevin Porter Jr., who had trouble in Houston, trouble in Cleveland, is now going to sign with the Clippers. He's been in Greece. He averaged 22, 9, 6, whatever. He was arrested for strangling his girlfriend in a New York hotel, charged with a felony. He pled guilty to misdemeanor assault and harassment charges. They allege that Porter punched this lady Gondrzak, a WNBA player, in the face and choked her until she couldn't breathe. A criminal complaint said she was found bloody and bruised after fleeing the room they were sharing. There you go. Porter was responsible for 7 flare-ups and running with the law before landing in Houston. Authorities found a loaded .45 caliber handgun and weed in the Mercedes-Benz. Porter became a problem in the Cavaliers' locker room, throwing tantrums. There you go. Dumb. So here is the dude beats women, had the basketball talent in the world, squandered it, locker room cancer, throws temper tantrum, calls himself the Joker, has his own NFT site. Couldn't be a bigger douchebag. But Lawrence Frank, you dumbass. I've never said that about you, Lawrence, even when you were swearing on national TV. But I did say this the other day. I did say when Gottlieb was hosting for the Herd, I did say that general managers in the NBA are literally the dumbest people in sports, and I stand by that. Lawrence Frank's kind of smart, I guess. Lawrence Frank's always been a hustler, always been a guy, but Jesus, you're signing this guy, you're really stupid, Lawrence, and it pains me to say that. It absolutely pains me to say that because I like you. At one part, I felt like you were a little brother to me, but now, man, oh man, are you dumb? Why would you do that? As Charles Barkley said, look, I've always been, wait a second, I've been fat, I've been skinny, I've been rich, I've been broke, and the Clippers always suck. And the reason the Clippers always suck is because of signings like this. What are you going to win with Kevin Porter Jr.? What exactly do you think you're going to win with a woman beater? Is there anything you think you're going to get out of this other than what? What? Tell me and I'll listen. It's incredibly stupid. Lawrence, you're smarter than that, but apparently you're not. Apparently you've gone by the way of every dumbass general manager other than Kevin Pritchard and Brad Stevens in the NBA. Just a dumbass being a dumbass. And it pains me to say it. I got to say that because at one time, like I said, Al Frank was my guy. But when you start hiring and paying people that abuse women, you're an idiot, Lawrence. The woke Newsweek magazine published a column saying that Taylor Swift was not a good role model and questioned the relationship with Travis Kelce. Really? Okay. As the main thrust of the author's argument is that Swift hasn't fulfilled her evolutionary responsibilities of procreation and is unmarried, and therefore she is not who young women should aspire to be. Wait a second. I thought we weren't allowed to say that. Wait, hold on. Harrison Butker got crushed because he said that very thing. What? But Newsweek can't hang on here. At 34, Swift remains unmarried and childless, a fact that some might argue is irrelevant to her status as a role model. But I suggest it's crucial to consider what kind of example this sets for young girls. A role model, by definition, is someone worthy of intimidation. While Swift's musical talent, business acumen are admirable, even laudable, we must ask if her personal life choices are ones we want our sisters and daughters to emulate. This might sound like pearl-clutching preaching, but it's a concern rooted in sound reasoning. I guess. While it's true that young women or young men need better role models, the same is equally true for young women. Swift and Kelce may last, I hope they do, but judging by her record, the odds aren't great. Swift's talent for sparking conversation, driving engagement, raking in profits is commendable. Yet admiration should not blindly follow. Her life, meticulously managed by a PR machine, represents a filtered facade rather than genuine reality. What young girls truly need, perhaps without fully recognizing it, are role models who provide both authenticity and actual depth rather than false narrative and superficial glamour. Hey, that's hard to argue, I suppose. I mean, where does that come from, though? Like, why all of a sudden, 34 years old, why is this a problem? 34 years old and not married? All right. My daughter likes her for the music. What's the problem? I mean, you guys delve deep, man. I mean, all right. See, I have a bigger problem with fathers not being present. That's my biggest issue. Fathers not being present. Somebody said to me, well, you talk about a lot of things. Why not school shootings? Well, there's a lot of things with school shooting. One of them is fathers being present. I don't know. So Taylor Swift is supposed to prove to some freaking writer for Newsweek that she has depth in her relationships. She's supposed to have her relationships approved. By who? Some lady or dude on Newsweek? Screw that and screw you. Look, there has never been a time where the media is more distrusted. I mean, hell, these wonks in the media told us that, wait, Joe Biden is cognitively all there. Joe Biden behind closed doors is absolutely great. And we're supposed to listen to these clowns? We're supposed to listen to these jackasses? Oh, I think not. How can you? So now Newsweek lady, and again, what do I tell you? Women do not like women being successful. Some old hag or young hag that's mad about her own life, taking out on Taylor Swift because you know what? For the first time in years, somebody will be actually talking about Newsweek. Yay. Hey, live player and champ of the U.S. Open, Bryson DeChambeau, has a solution to the disagreement between Trump and Biden's golf feud. Have a match between the two on his YouTube channel. I'm in on that. Hell yeah. Here's Bryson DeChambeau's tweet. Let's settle this whole handicap debate. I'll host a golf match on my YouTube. Real Donald Trump, real Joe Biden. Do this. Hosted on our YouTube and MSNBC's YouTube and Bryson DeChambeau. But you got to carry your bag. You imagine Joe Biden walking into a sand trap and trying to get out? And the word on the street is, could you imagine Trump actually having to play a round of golf where you counted every stroke? I don't know, but I'd like to see it. Hey, Pelosi joins CNN claiming it's Biden who has stamina and Trump who has dementia. Let's listen to a whole lot of drunken crazy. Wait, hold on.
My people are very much Biden, Kamala Harris, and...
Go ahead, play that.
My people are very much Biden, Kamala Harris, and this is an opportunity for Joe Biden to go out there and show he has the stamina and the rest. And by the way, while the press, and for some reason they don't, there are healthcare professionals who think that Trump has dementia. that his connection, his thoughts do not go together.
There you go. There you go. I mean, okay. All right. Okay. All right, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's it. Okay. If she says it. Hey, here is the pissing contest, the penis measuring contest that started all this.
Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. The reason I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf with you if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie that he's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8.
Never.
But I have,
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay,
let's not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to turn.
Let's not act like children.
There you go. They acted like children. I like it. I like everything about it. I like guys measuring. I do.